I'm divorcing you. The words tear out of me before I can stop them, sharp, trembling, and final. They hang in the air between us, echoing off marble and glass, swallowed by the silence of a house too large to hold love anymore. He doesn't even flinch. Daniel sits on the edge of the grand piano like he's posing for a magazine. Crisp white shirt unbuttoned at the throat, sleeves rolled to his forearms, the dim city lights brushing against his skin. His watch glints, cold and cruel. He looks up at me with that maddening calm. The same calm that once made me feel safe and now makes me want to scream. "Are you?" he says, voice low, smooth. Too controlled. Finally. The word cracks something inside me. I'd rehearsed this scene for months. Imagined myself fierce, untouchable, walking away with dignity. Instead, I'm shaking, barefoot in a silk slip, mascara bleeding under my eyes. My fingers clutch the diamond pendant he bought me for our anniversary. The same pendant I once thought was a promise. Now it feels like a chain. "You think this is funny?" I snap. "I'm serious, Daniel. I can't do this anymore. I'm tired of being unseen." He finishes softly, almost kindly. "Ignored, lonely?" His accuracy slices through me. He stands slow and deliberate, every movement too graceful, too rehearsed. He's 6'3" of lethal quiet, the kind of man who commands a room by doing absolutely nothing. The air changes when he moves. It always has. When he stops in front of me, I smell him. Cedar, smoke, and that faint trace of danger that always clings to him, no matter how expensive the cologne. "You have everything," he murmurs. "The house, the cars, the staff, every luxury you ever wanted. But not me. That's what you're really saying, isn't it?" I open my mouth to argue, but the truth catches in my throat. Because he's right, I wanted him. Not the empire, not the headlines. I wanted the man beneath the suit. The one who used to whisper secrets to me in the dark, before his empire swallowed him whole. "I wanted us," I whisper. "But you're never here. I can't even remember the last time you looked at me and really saw me." His jaw flexes, a crack in the mask. "That's your version of the story." My laugh comes out broken. "And what's yours? That I should be grateful for being invisible? For being your trophy?" He tilts his head, eyes glinting. Grateful isn't a word I'd use. Something in his tone, low, unreadable, sends a shiver crawling down my spine. I step back, shaking my head. "You know what? It doesn't matter. I've already called my lawyer. The papers will be ready by tomorrow." His eyes darken, but his lips curve into a faint, almost amused smile. "You called your lawyer?" "Yes." I lift my chin, desperate to sound stronger than I feel. "I'm done being Mrs. Daniel Ashford." The smile widens, slow, deliberate, dangerous. The kind of smile that once made me forget my name. "Then I suppose I should congratulate you," he says, voice velvety and lethal. "You just made the most expensive decision of your life." I frown. What's that supposed to mean? He doesn't answer. Instead, he turns toward the floor-to-ceiling windows, hands in his pockets, watching the rain trace ghostly paths down the glass. The city glitters beyond him, his kingdom. "Do you remember?" he says quietly. "The night we signed the prenup?" My stomach knots. "Of course I do. You insisted on it," he continues. "You said you didn't want my money to ever define us. You wanted fairness." "I wanted independence," I snap. He glances over his shoulder, that calm smile never fading. "Then I suppose you'll appreciate what that means now." Something cold slithers through me. "Daniel, what are you talking about?" He walks back to me, slow, deliberate, his voice low enough to make my pulse jump. "You might want to have your lawyer read the fine print before you file those papers." "What fine print?" His gaze holds mine, and I swear I see a flicker of something cruel. Or maybe it's just sadness dressed in steel. "The clause you didn't notice. The one about fidelity." I blink, confused. "What clause?" "The one that ties your assets, every house, every account, every luxury, to my loyalty." He pauses, letting the words sink in. "And my loyalty, Amelia, has never been the issue." The floor tilts beneath me. You're saying, I'm saying," he interrupts softly, stepping closer until our breath mingles, "that you walked into this marriage with eyes wide open, and you're walking out blind." My throat tightens. The pendant burns against my skin. He studies me like a painter memorizing his final masterpiece, detached but with some quiet ache buried deep. "You think you're leaving me, but you're not. You're walking away from everything you built on my name, Everything you claimed you didn't care about. I shake my head, tears stinging. You wouldn't do that. His smile fades, replaced by something infinitely colder. I already did. For a heartbeat, there's only silence. The kind that feels alive, humming, dangerous. Outside, thunder rumbles over the city. Inside, my world cracks. He brushes past me, heading for the hallway. His voice drifts back, low and final. Tell your lawyer to call me in the morning. The door closes with a soft click. And just like that, the man I thought I was leaving leaves me first, without even taking a step. The morning light is cruel. It pours through the glass walls of our penthouse like an interrogation lamp, exposing everything I tried to hide. The mascara stains on the pillow, the empty wine glass on the nightstand, the untouched side of the bed where Daniel should have slept. The sheets still smell like him. Cedar, amber, and something darker, like secrets that refuse to fade. I hate that I miss him already. My phone buzzes. My lawyer, Ethan. He's been with me for years. Reliable, calm, the kind of man who's seen every brand of heartbreak the wealthy can buy. Amelia, he says, voice tight. I've gone through your prenup again, just like you asked. I sit up, clutching the sheet around me. And? He exhales long and shaky, not like him. You might want to sit down. I'm already sitting, then brace yourself. His next words come slow, like he's picking through landmines. There's a clause, one I can't believe we missed before. It ties your marital entitlements and your accounts, assets, even trusts, to your husband's fidelity. My heart skips. His fidelity? Yes, if he was unfaithful, you'd receive everything. But if you were the one who violated that term, I didn't cheat, I cut in. Ethan, I know. But the wording, he sighs again, it's broader than physical infidelity. It includes emotional infidelity, intent to sever marital bonds, and, I quote, the declaration of dissolution without proof of misconduct. I blink, stunned. You mean, if I file for divorce, you forfeit everything, he says quietly. Your properties, investments, accounts, they revert to the marital trust, which, by the way, Daniel controls. For a moment, I can't breathe. The world tilts, sound fades, and all I can hear is the echo of last night. You just made the most expensive decision of your life. I force a laugh, brittle and disbelieving. This can't be legal. It's airtight. Whoever drafted it, they were good. Ruthless, but good. Did you have your own counsel when you signed? I thought I did. I press a trembling hand to my forehead. I remember the night vividly. Champagne, candlelight, Daniel's fingers tracing circles on my wrist as I signed. I'd been too in love to read the fine print. Amelia, Ethan's tone softens. You need to think before you do anything rash. Don't file yet. Talk to him first. Maybe talk to him. I almost laugh again. You mean the man who built an empire on silence? Just be careful, he says quietly. He's always 3 steps ahead. When the call ends, I sit in the stillness, listening to the city waking below. Cars hum. Sirens wail faintly in the distance. My reflection in the window looks foreign. Hair tangled, eyes hollow, the ghost of the woman who once thought love could outshine power. But Daniel was never just a man. He was a storm. And I walked straight into him without an umbrella. Hours later, I find myself standing outside his office, the glass fortress that overlooks half of Manhattan. His assistant Mara gives me that tight, polished smile reserved for women who've already lost the war. Mrs. Ashford, she says, her tone neutral. He's expecting you. Of course he is. The doors open soundlessly, revealing Daniel at his desk, all sleek lines and quiet authority. He doesn't look up as I enter. He's reading something on his tablet, thumb brushing the screen with surgical precision. Good morning, Amelia, he says, not glancing up. I cross my arms. You set me up. He finally looks at me, calm, unreadable. You sound surprised. You hit a clause that makes me your prisoner. I didn't hide anything, he replies smoothly. You signed every page, my pulse hammers. You knew I trusted you. You made sure of it. He leans back in his chair, steepling his fingers. Trust isn't something I make. It's something you gave. God, the way he says it. Low, steady, like a confession disguised as control. It makes my anger flicker with something dangerous. I take a step closer. So what now? You'll trap me in this marriage until you get bored? He studies me for a long moment, then sets his tablet down. No, Amelia. You're free to leave. You just won't take the life you built with me. That life was mine too. He rises, moving around the desk. The scent of him hits me again. Wood, smoke, the faint heat of expensive bourbon. When he's this close, logic melts. Tell me, he murmurs, what exactly are you divorcing? The man or the money? That's cruel, I whisper. It's honest. His hand brushes mine. Barely, a ghost of contact that sparks something electric between us. You wanted a man who would give you everything. I did, but you never asked what it would cost. My breath catches. You think love is a transaction? He smiles faintly, eyes unreadable. No, but you signed it like one. For a second, silence stretches, thick, electric. His gaze holds mine, and the tension between us tightens until I swear I can feel it in my pulse. I want to hate him. I want to throw the ring in his face, scream until the glass cracks. But instead, my voice comes out small. Was any of it real, Daniel? The way you looked at me in Paris the night we danced on the balcony in the rain? Every moment, he says quietly. But love doesn't excuse foolishness. The air leaves my lungs. So that's it? You win? He tilts his head, a flicker of something almost tender in his eyes. This was never a game, but it feels like one. And I'm losing. He turns away, signaling the meeting is over. But before I reach the door, his voice stops me. You should know, he says, I didn't add that clause to punish you. I added it because I never wanted you to leave for the wrong reasons. I glance back. And what's the right one? His gaze softens, barely. Love. Always love. I walk out before the tears win. Behind me, his office falls silent again. But I can feel his eyes on me, like he's still playing a move I haven't seen yet. Rain finds me again. It's past midnight when I step out onto the penthouse balcony, silk robe clinging to my skin, city lights smearing like bruises against the wet glass. I can't sleep. I haven't since that meeting. Daniel's words keep replaying in my head, looping like a curse. You signed it like one, love as a contract. Marriage is leverage. How did something once so pure turn into a transaction I can't afford? I pour a glass of wine, my hands trembling. The storm below mirrors the one in me. Loud, relentless, electric. Somewhere between the thunder and my heartbeat, I hear footsteps behind me. I don't need to turn to know it's him. Couldn't sleep. His voice is low, roughened by something that sounds almost like exhaustion. I keep my eyes on the skyline. Did you come to make sure I don't run? If you wanted to run, Amelia, you would have by now. He's right. God help me, he's right. The air between us is thick, charged with unspoken words and the weight of years that never healed right. I can feel him watching me, the way he always does when he's deciding whether to be gentle or cruel. I take a sip of wine, then another, just to steady my voice. My lawyer says the prenup is watertight, that I'd lose everything. He doesn't answer. I finally turn to face him. So tell me the truth, Daniel. Did you plan this? From the beginning? His gaze meets mine, sharp, assessing, but not cold. No, then why? He exhales, looking out at the storm. Because I knew one day you'd doubt me. Everyone does. The money changes people even when they swear it won't. I wanted to make sure you stayed because you loved me, not what came with me. That's not love, I whisper. That's fear disguised as logic. He flinches, barely, but I see it. Then he steps closer. Maybe you're right. Maybe I've forgotten what love is supposed to look like, but don't pretend you didn't change too. My heart twists. I didn't change. I adapted. To you. His eyes darken, searching me. Then what are we now? Broken, I say simply. He's so close now that the rain blurs into white noise. I can feel his warmth, the faint brush of his breath against my cheek. Say it again, he murmurs. Say we're broken. I open my mouth, but the words catch. Because standing here, inches from him with the rain dripping from his hair and the scent of his cologne threading through the air, I realize I can't. Not entirely. Something in me still remembers. The first night in Paris when he held my hand under the candlelight. The first I love you whispered in the back of a limo. The first time I caught him watching me like I was something rare, something fragile he didn't quite know how to touch. I look up at him, voice trembling. Why did you stop seeing me? He studies me for a long time, rain streaking his face like tears he'll never admit to. Because seeing you meant feeling everything, and feeling everything meant losing control. There it is in the confession, quiet, dangerous, real. My heart lurches. I step closer without meaning to, my fingers brushing the front of his shirt. The fabric is damp and warm, his chest solid beneath it. "You don't have to control everything," I whisper. He catches my wrist gently, his thumb tracing the inside of it. Slow, deliberate, enough to make my breath stutter. "You think I don't know that?" he murmurs. "You think I haven't tried to stop needing control, needing you?" His voice cracks on the last word and something inside me breaks open. I lift my hand, tracing the line of his jaw. "Then stop trying." His eyes flick to my mouth, and for a suspended, breathless moment, time stops. The city fades, the storm softens, and there's only us, two ghosts haunting the ruins of something beautiful. When he finally kisses me, it's not gentle. It's desperate, years of silence and longing colliding in a single exhale. My back hits the glass door, and his hands frame my face like he's afraid I'll vanish if he lets go. Every memory floods back. Laughter. Nights tangled in silk sheets. Mornings filled with sunlight and promises. But it's different now. He's not claiming. He's confessing. When he finally pulls back, our breaths mingle, harsh and uneven. His forehead rests against mine. "Tell me to stop," he whispers, "and I will." I can't, I don't want to. Instead, I whisper, "Why now?" His eyes search mine, raw and unguarded. "Because I thought I'd already lost you. And I realized losing everything else wouldn't hurt half as much." Something twists in my chest. The billionaire, in the man who once commanded boardrooms and empires, stands here trembling like a boy afraid of love. I touch his face, tracing the line of his cheek. "Then you should have said that before I said goodbye." He gives a quiet, broken laugh. "You're right, but I never was good at timing." The storm outside softens to a drizzle. The city hums below, oblivious to the empire collapsing quietly inside this glass cage. For the first time in months, he looks at me. Really looks. No arrogance, no armor. Just Daniel. I could fall into that look again. I almost do, but then the truth, sharp and cold, slides between us. "You think one kiss changes the fact that you built a trap around our marriage?" I ask softly. His gaze hardens, not in anger but regret. "It wasn't a trap, Amelia. It was insurance. Against what?" "Against the day you'd stop loving me." My breath catches. The wind stirs the curtains behind us. For a moment, neither of us speaks. Then he says, almost to himself, "You can take everything if you want. I'll sign it away. But you won't find what you're looking for in the ashes." I turn toward the rain again, blinking back tears. "And what am I looking for, Daniel?" He steps close enough for his words to brush my skin. "Forgiveness." When he leaves, the storm starts again, inside and out. And I realize forgiveness might be the only thing I no longer know how to give. It's been 3 days since that kiss, and I can't escape him. His touch still lingers, phantom heat on my skin, in my dreams, in the silence that fills the house like smoke. Every corner of this penthouse feels haunted by us. The piano, where I used to rest my glass while he played in the dark. The hallway where we once fought, then made up without words. The bedroom where the bed feels too wide, too cold. I've tried to hate him again. God knows I've tried. But every time I replay his confession, "I thought I'd already lost you," my anger fractures into something softer, something dangerous. Tonight, the storm returns. The city glows beneath it, restless, alive, indifferent. I'm standing by the window again, wearing his shirt this time, oversized and warm from the dryer. I don't even remember putting it on. Maybe I just wanted to feel something that still feels like him. The door opens behind me. No knock, no warning. Just his presence filling the room before I even turn. "I thought you were at the hotel," I say without looking back. "I was," Daniel answers, "but I got tired of pretending I don't still live here." I turn slowly. He's in black. Open collar, sleeves rolled, rain still clinging to his hair. The sight of him makes my pulse betray me. "Pretending?" I ask quietly. "You're good at that." He takes a step closer. "Not with you," I laugh, brittle. "You've been pretending for years, Daniel. That we were happy. That work mattered more. That I didn't notice you disappearing. And you?" He counters. "You pretended not to care. You smiled for cameras, played the perfect wife, all while resenting every breath I took." His voice cuts through the air, sharp but trembling. We stand there, the storm flickering around us, Our reflections fractured in the glass. Two people who used to be one. Maybe we both got too good at pretending, I whisper. He closes the distance between us in 2 strides. Maybe we both forgot how to be honest. His hand lifts, fingers brushing a stray curl from my face. It's such a small, familiar gesture, one that once meant comfort, now heavy with memory. Say it, he murmurs. Say you don't still love me, I should scream it. But the words won't come. My throat tightens, my chest burns. Instead, I whisper, "Why are you doing this to me?" His eyes soften, storm dark. Because I can't stop wanting you even when I should. My heart slams against my ribs. He's too close now, his scent, his warmth, the tension between us like gravity. Daniel. He leans in, voice barely above a breath. You think I'm made of steel, Amelia, but you've never realized. You're the only thing that makes me weak. The words break me. I grab his shirt, pulling him down to me, and this time when our lips meet, it's not desperation. It's surrender. Raw, reckless, terrifying. His hands slide to my waist, his touch searing through fabric, through reason. The storm outside mirrors the one inside us. Flashes of light, thunder trembling through the floor. We collide like fire and flood. Too much, too fast, too real. His mouth traces the edge of my jaw, my throat, his breath hot against my skin. Tell me to stop, he whispers again, voice shaking. But I can't. I'm tired of stopping, tired of pretending I don't still ache for the man who ruined me and built me in the same breath. My hands find his face, fingers trembling as I whisper, "Don't you dare stop." The words unravel whatever control he had left. He kisses me like a confession, like a punishment, like an apology. Every wall we built between us shatters. Years of resentment, silence, pride, all melting into the kind of intimacy that only comes after destruction. When it's over, the air hums with aftershocks. The storm quiets to a whisper. I lie against his chest, listening to his heartbeat. Steady, human, vulnerable. For the first time in a long time, neither of us speaks. There's nothing left to say that hasn't already been said in touch and breath. But peace never lasts with us. It never can. When I finally pull away, his eyes find mine, raw, unguarded. "What now?" I ask. He exhales slowly. "Now we tell the truth." "What truth?" "That I wrote that prenup to protect us, but it became a weapon I used to keep you here." I stare at him, the weight of his words settling like ash. "And now?" He looks away, jaw tight. "Now I'm realizing I trapped myself too." I shake my head, tears threatening. "Daniel, you can't fix this with confessions. You broke something that can't be rewritten." He meets my eyes again, steady. "Then let me prove I can." Before I can ask what he means, he walks to his desk, the one where he's negotiated billion-dollar deals and destroyed empires with a signature. He opens a drawer, pulls out a thick envelope, and tosses it onto the glass table. It lands with a heavy thud. "What is that?" "The prenup," he says quietly. "And my signed revocation," I freeze. "You what?" "I called my legal team this morning. It's over. The contracts, the clauses, all of it." My heart stops. "Why?" "Because you were right. Love isn't insurance. It's risk." Tears blur my vision. "And you're just letting me go?" He smiles faintly, though it doesn't reach his eyes. "I'm giving you a choice. Stay because you want to, leave because you must, but this time it won't cost you anything." I shake my head, the ache too deep to name. "You think it's that simple?" "No," he says softly. "But it's honest." The storm outside fades to mist, city lights flickering like fragile promises. I reach for the papers but stop halfway. My fingers tremble. "Daniel!" He steps closer, voice low, steady. "Whatever you decide, I'll still love you. That's the part I can't revoke." And for the first time, I believe him. But belief doesn't erase damage. I look down at the envelope. At freedom I'm no longer sure I want. Somewhere deep inside, I realize this, and love was never our problem. Timing was, and fate, cruel as it is, doesn't always offer do-overs. Morning arrives like a whisper, soft, golden, deceptive, the kind of morning that makes you think the night never happened. I wake to the smell of rain and the faint warmth of coffee drifting through the penthouse. Daniel's side of the bed is empty, but the sheets are still warm, proof that he didn't sleep much either. My eyes find the envelope on the nightstand, the one he left open before dawn. His signature, clean and steady, sits at the bottom of the revocation. The ink is still fresh. Beside it, a note written in his unmistakable handwriting. Whatever you choose it for you. I trace the words with my thumb. They blur slightly under the moisture in my eyes. For the first time in years, I have what I thought I wanted. Freedom. No clauses. No contracts. No invisible leash tying my worth to his love. And yet, the idea of walking away feels less like liberation and more like standing on the edge of a cliff with nowhere to fall but back into him. I find him in the kitchen, shirtless, barefoot, a mug in his hand. He looks human again, tired, undone, achingly real. The billionaire mask is gone. You made coffee, I murmur. He glances up. I wasn't sure you'd still be here. I wasn't sure either. We stand in the quiet hum of the espresso machine, the air thick with everything unsaid. I read the papers. I say finally. You really did it, he nods. I meant what I said. No more contracts between us. I search his face looking for an angle, a hidden condition, something. But there's only exhaustion. And love, I don't understand you, I whisper. You spent years controlling everything, me, us, the entire world around you. Why now? He sets the mug down and leans against the counter. Because I realize control isn't the same as safety. I built walls thinking they'd protect what we had. But all they did was lock you out. His honesty cuts deeper than anger ever could. You hurt me, I say quietly. I know, and I hurt you. He nods again, eyes steady. But I never stopped loving you, even when I didn't know how to show it. For a moment, the world goes still. Just the sound of the rain returning, gentle this time, like forgiveness. I step closer. You could have kept the contract. You could have made me pay for leaving. He smiles faintly, a shadow of the man who used to conquer everything. And what would that have given me? A victory without you? I've already lived that version of my life. It was empty. My heart twists. So what now? He takes a slow breath. Now you decide. Stay and we start over. No money, no conditions, no power plays. Leave and I'll never stop you. I'll even help you go. You'd really let me walk away? Loving someone, he says softly, means wanting their peace more than your own. The words land like a tremor through my chest. I turn away, staring out at the city below us. The life we built together, glittering and fragile. Every inch of this place carries a memory. The laughter, the fights, the long silences between them. You know what scares me most? I whisper. It's not losing you. It's finding out that after everything, we can't go back. He steps behind me, close enough that I feel his warmth at my back, but not close enough to touch. Maybe we're not supposed to go back, he says. Maybe we're supposed to become something new. The silence stretches. I can hear both our hearts in it, uneven, uncertain, alive. Slowly, I turn. His eyes meet mine. For the first time in years, there's no dominance, no defense, just the man I fell in love with, stripped of every weapon. Tell me one thing, I say. If I stay, will you let me be your equal this time? He doesn't hesitate. You always were. My throat tightens. Then why didn't you ever let me feel like it? His voice softens. Because I was afraid you'd see how much I needed you. That's the moment it happens, the truth. The breaking, the rebuilding. I step closer, sliding my hands up his chest, feeling his heartbeat beneath my palms. Needing someone isn't weakness, Daniel. His fingers brush mine, a quiet surrender. Then maybe it's time I stop pretending I'm strong without you. I lean up and kiss him, not the desperate, burning kind we've shared before, but something slower. Honest. Like a beginning instead of an ending. When we break apart, I rest my forehead against his. You know this doesn't fix everything. He smiles, tired and real. I don't want to fix everything. I just want to stop breaking it. We stay like that, holding on to something fragile but alive. The world outside keeps turning, uncaring. But in this quiet moment, it feels like we've rewritten the rules that once caged us. Later, when the rain clears, I find myself back on the balcony. The city glimmers beneath the dawn. Behind me, Daniel moves inside, his voice low, steady, calling someone, telling them to dissolve the marital trust, transfer assets, close accounts. Ending everything that used to define us. When he hangs up, he joins me at the railing. It's done, he says simply. Everything? Everything that was ours on paper. What's left is ours in truth, I breathe out, the weight finally lifting. Then maybe we can start from there. He nods, eyes soft. From nothing? No, I whisper, taking his hand. From love. The sun breaks through the last of the clouds, gilding the city in light. For the first time in years, it feels like morning means something again. He squeezes my hand, and for once I don't look away. Because maybe freedom isn't walking away after all. Maybe it's choosing to stay when you finally can, and this time I'm staying.